Magician! Hey YouTube, Dark Magician 84 here, and I thought I'd do a video, I guess an update on my Blue Forbidden binder. I'm pretty sure I showed off this binder before, like either in a video on my channel or the Team Sorcerer's channel, but I thought I'd do an update on it. And yeah, I call it the Blue Forbidden folder because, like, nothing in here is up for grabs. So, yeah, absolutely nothing in the binder is for trade. Well, it contains, well, not necessarily collections, but just sentimental cards, spare parts, and cards I might put in my decks. And yeah, I just basically keep them all in here. I thought I'd show them. Starting off with Dark Magician, there's all three of my original copies of Magician of Dark Illusion, two spare apprentices, Mana, Robe, that's a third Illusion of Chaos going spare. I think I did play 3 originally, but dropped it down to 2, but at least I have it in case I want to play 3 again. And Buster Blade, because why not? I mean, it was originally in the deck when I was playing it as Dark Paladin, so I thought I'd keep it there. Lord Gaia, I think I tried out, just as an extra level 7 to make those rank 7 plays. Pankatops, good level 7 side option. Magical Marionette I've had for years. I pulled this in the very first Magician's Force pack I ever got, and I was playing it in my Dark Magician deck for a bit back in the day. And here's my Nibiru's and Gamma Seals. Yes. I guess I just wanted to hold on to them, just in case. But I don't know how likely I am to use them, seeing as I'm not playing in tournaments anymore. Yeah, the Gamma Seal's been put to one side as well, especially since in my format, Magician format, a Gamma Seal is banned because, well, it's a negate of everything, but only if there's Waterfront is on the field, and just anything with Kaiju counters. Now obviously I never used it for the negate. I only ever used it to get rid of annoying monsters, like other negates. But yeah, I banned it in my format because just so Kaijus don't have a negate and they're a bit easier. Although I'm pretty sure Express Gaming is still allowing it in his format for some reason. Mana Dragon, that was another option for fusion plays and to bring back Eternal Sword if it bites the dust. That's Raw Sphere mode. My original Cyber Dragon. Well, actually no. These are, well, the original Prince of Cyber Dragons. I can't remember how I got these, actually, but they were some point after I got my playset of Secrets. And I think they were also side options with Chimera Tech Fortress, and I did actually play them in my Dark Magician deck once upon a time. Double Coston, one of my original copies, and yeah, it's seen better days. Toon Gemini Elf and Toon Mask Sorcerer, back when I was using the Toon Table engine. Zolga. I played in my deck from 2004 to 2005. Well, it was a 1700 beat stick, and gave me 2,000 life points if I used it for a tribute summon. It was just great. 2 copies of Keeper, which I did run it when I was playing the branded engine, and I might have tried it before with Polly, can't remember, picked it up just in case, and Magician's Valkyria there. Oh, and here's Fallen of Albaz. Because I was playing this branded fusion, Albion and Light Hex, to make it easier to turbo out Dark Magician the Dragon Knight. Can't remember why I dropped it ultimately, but there's not much point in me using it now, considering that Fallen of Albaz and Branded is also banned in my format. Didn't want any big competitive decks. Miku, great side option, from back in the day. Can't remember exactly what I sided it against, but I know it was great for getting rid of wave motion cannons and stuff. Level limit area B, gravity bind, things like that. Toy Magician, which I used to run, Snipe Hunter. Remember when this was in almost every deck? And here's a Perform Mage engine that I ran like in 2016 for a bit. Des Wombat, another great side option against burn decks. It's fantastic. Gigabyte also played for a bit with the Perform Mage engine. I feel like I'm talking too much about each of them. Oh yeah, so this was fun to use against T-Elements. I'm so happy that I got it off. In 5 different Summoner Monks. Well, not different, but 5 copies. There's that White Hex. Gear Golem. Something I ran as a generic big defender, like back in the day. Good old Time Wizard, which helped me win a tournament for the first time with Dark Magician. Max C. Yeah, the original copy of Magician of Faith, which has seen better days. There's my Ghost Bells. Ghost Reapers. Gotta love that. Veilers. Honeywater. MVP against Trickstars. Neko Main King. Also MVP against T-Elements. Dark Creator I had just in case. Cosmo Brain, I think I tried out. Can't remember how well it worked out. Volcanic Queen, used as a kaiju before kaijus were a thing. I think I'll pick these up as another way to deal with negates. All the Dark Magician spells I used to run. Well, I still play Eye of Tamaris and Dark Magic Attack, but only 1 copy each. There's my original Salvations. There are Secret Rare Diffusion Wave Motion. I wish I could find an excuse to run it again, not gonna lie. And I think I picked that up because I was siding Buster Blader stuff. Original Prince of Allures. Spare spellbook cards. by the way, any spares that are not in here are part of another engine, which is Dark Magician Legacy mode, which I did show off in a minor league tournament several months back. That was a good side card for agents. And here's my original copies of Potter Duality. System down, great for machines. Brilliant against ABCs. There's my Super Polys and Xyz Encore. Fantastic against Evil Swarms. Prohibition. And my original copies of Navigation. My spare Eternal Soul. Original copies of Ceasefire and Magician's Circle. Breakthrough Skills. Good old Drowning Mirror Force. Yeah, Jar agreed. I actually ran in 2015 just to try and make my deck more consistent. It did help, actually. Side deck option for X-Sabers, or generic side removal. Here's my Imperms, which yeah, I could run in Dark Magician again instead of Strike, just like Strike better. Magic Cylinder, I wish I had an excuse to run it again. Mirror of Oaths, great against Glads. Yeah, even though I don't like Time Seal, I did use it back in the day. This was before I decided I hated it. Yeah, I really don't think this should have been unbanned. Should have stayed banned. My original copies of Storming Mirror Force, one of which was pulled from a Clash of Rebellion box. Waking the Dragon, Quaking, Judgment of Anubis. Never got to use much of it. Yeah, I'm running Pot of Greed instead of this, because, well, that is legal in British format. Seal, Dark Bribe, Dark Illusion, which I tried out. Negate Attack I picked up during the time where Counter Fairies was seeing more play, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't for Counter Fairies. It might have been for... it might have been for Glads. I randomly picked it up because my logic was to have traps that block attacks, and I figured, well, because this is a counter trap, Heraklinos can't negate it. There's Divine Wrath, Grandhorn, Heroes Rule 2, which I was siding against zombies, pulling the rug for Monarchs. I did have more copies of this, but I don't know what happened to them. Red Reboot 7 Tools, or Wiretap, which I was running in late. I definitely had it mained or sided in late 2014, early 2015. It was particularly great against artifacts. DNA Surgery, great against Boujins. Fiendish Chain, the original print and one of my spare copies of it. Mind Drain, the card that Psyframes auto lose to. Phantom Knight's Sword, which I used to run as a way to protect Dark Magician in case Eternal Soul got destroyed. And then, of course, Skill Drain, which I was siding, and Soul Drain, great against Yang Zings and Burning Abyss. Here's the extract stuff. Had that just in case. Alternative Ultimate was a Waking the Dragon target. Same with Egyptian God Slime. Shame I never got to use it. There's another part of the branded engine. Then my main Super Poly targets. Norden. Great for setting up rank 4 plays, but it's just too good. And Theseus, in case I use that. Chimeratech Fortress and Thousand Eyes, in case I used them. Synchros that I've played over the years in my deck. Full Armor Master's another Waking the Dragon option. I'm pretty sure Pokemaster Cube gave me that Explosive Magician as a birthday present. My generic 6s and 5s. Ultimate Falcon. Probably the best Waking the Dragon target. Flare Metal, which would be in my Dark Magician extra deck. However, it's also banned in Magician format because obviously cards like this are just an auto win if the opponent's on 500 or less, and I don't want situations like that to come up. Whether or not Express Gaming will ban it from his format is another story. That's another Xyz that I used to run. Good old Utopia. And Link Monsters that I used to run. Not Electromite, that was a Ghost Reaper target. And that's it. And yeah, I kept the packs from when I did a pack opening. I think it was the 15th one for my channel's 15th anniversary. Spare cards for the Yugi deck, spare cards for the Jaden deck, and here's all my spare Speed Duel cards that I might play in Dark Magician. If you haven't seen those Speed Duel videos on Team Sorcerers, I did decide to come back to them. The annoying part about it was Amazon S. I need more ways to specifically counter that deck. Here's others. And these are cards that I might run in my Dark Magician deck. If not the pure builds, then other versions like Kaiju mode and Ritual mode, or Legacy mode. Eye of Illusion I've not used yet. Here's my original copies of Dark Honest from that Lightning Overdrive case opening that me and Silver Cyclone did. These are all cards that I might use in Dark Magician, even Underworld Goddess of the Closed World, even though Dark Magician's not really designed to spam out Link 4s and 5s. Spares from my Dark Magician Girl / Magician Girl deck. Spares from my Prismagician deck I used to run. Spares from Dark Eradicator Warlock. Spares from Dark Magic Spell Counter. Spares from Dark Magician Knight. Oh, and here's what's left of my spares from my Legendary Hero deck. And I guess Pendulum Dark Magician. Kinetic Soldier, another great way to deal with Legendary 6 Samurai Shien, back when Sams were meta. I don't like how it was renamed to Cypher Soldier. Don't see the point of that. Oh, I might need to repair that. Yeah, these are leftovers from Dark Magician Hero and what up here, Gagaga Dark Magician and Prophecy Dark Magician. Oh, and if you're wondering why the hell there's a rainbow up here, when I hate Dark World, at least in current format anyway, I actually picked that up as a side option for them. Because my logic behind that was, well, they're making me discard cards from hand, and I figured if they discard this, I can just basically punish them and destroy all their monsters or all of their back row. Never pulled it off though, but it would have been funny as hell. And these are all my spares for my Elemental Hero deck, both current and past format. I was so happy when I pulled Voltic from a Premium Pack 2 pack. Yeah, even tried Cyberjar in the side. Yeah, and Harpy's Feather Duster is here because that is also a card that is banned in Rhetorician format. And the reason behind that is because decks that rely on back row, including Dark Magician, just auto lose to it. Plus has no cost, no drawback, and I still don't think this should have been unbanned. But that's my opinion. Lots of Divine Wraths here. So much generic monster effect negation. And these are cards that I might use in my Elemental Hero deck. And over here we have spares for Rainbow Neos, or cards that I used to run in that. Don't worry, there's still 2 copies of Stratos in there. Oh yeah, there's another rainbow. Also, if you're wondering why there's 2 Time Lords, more specifically Meteion, despite the fact that I hate Time Lords, this was a side option. I don't remember what I was siding it against, but and I can't remember who recommended it to me, but it was a pretty good side option, keeping in mind that this was before more Time Lords came out and it became its own deck, and yeah, it became a deck that I just can't fucking stand. I mean, Dark Magician and Rainbow Neos are the only decks I have that can really deal with Time Lords, but other than that, they're just a nightmare to play against. Valkyrian Knight was something I considered running but never did. I think that was another side option for something. More Kinetic Soldiers. Well, this would be good against various dark decks. Deep Diver I was briefly playing in my Rainbow Neos deck because I was trying to make it more consistent, and I needed more ways to get to Rainbow Dragon, keeping in mind that the Melody of Awakening Dragon didn't yet come out. My Predaplant engine. Huh. Oh, I forgot Gemini Imps was a side option. I don't remember what I sided it against. Speedroid Menko, basically Speedroid's own version of a battle fader. More Neko Main Kings. Oh yeah, I forgot. I was also siding it against Dark World. I mean, that's another way to counter them or stall them out. Jolt Defender was another makeshift battle fader. Phantom of Chaos used to play, so I could banish Rainbow Dragon or Rainbow Neos and get plays off. Swift Scarecrow, another anti-OTK card. And all the spells I used to run in there. There's Melody. I believe this is the first copy of it I ever had, and it's the only one I've got on me now. Yeah, Pot of Dichotomy was another way to recycle certain cards and keep the combo going. Extra Gates, I think I was using as a side option for Glads and, well, basically annoying fusions and synchros that I didn't want to deal with. Yeah, basically, I guess you could say this is a prototype of Ghost Reaper. And then Xyz Encore, which here is especially needed to deal with Ophion, because they just auto lose to it. I don't remember why I had a Ritual Sealing. Oh yeah, that's a Speed Duel Windstorm. I should probably put this in either my Speed Duel Elemental Heroes or Vampires. So, even though Widespread Ruin is better. I've got to reorganise this. Typical. My original copies of Imperial Iron Wall, a card that Macro auto loses to. And a few fusions I used to run. I've still got one copy of The Shining in there though. And the Band Links that I used to run in there. R.I.P. And then of course cards that I might play in my Rainbow Neos deck. Oh yeah, and this is what's left of my skeleton character, skeleton Yugi character deck for those events that Dead Universe Comics ran. So this is for Yugi. See, the idea of that was there were Yugi cards that I would have to use, and then the rest can be whatever I want. Same with other character decks. Well, I didn't like that some players would play competitive meta cards in there. I found that annoying. Because it's like, for God's sake, this is supposed to be a chilled kind of tournament. Why do you have to bring meta into it? And here's my Jaden skeleton character deck, or what's left of it. Oh, and here's one of the Generation Duel. The decks. There were 5 at the time. Original Series, GX5Ds, Zexal and Arc 5. This is my Generation Duel Dark Magician deck, or what's left of it. Discord, I actually sided for anything that was running Shooting Quasar Dragon, since that's one of my most hated synchros, and I had decided to specifically stop that coming out. And here's the Generation Duel Elemental Hero deck, which hardly saw play. Only did one of those events. Oh, and now we come to my GOAT format decks. Here's my GOAT format Dark Magician deck. So yeah, like I said, I stopped playing GOAT format because I was getting sick and tired of Ring of Destruction for game, duo ripping cards out my hand, and Nobleman of Crossout blowing up my face down monsters before I could use them. It was just so infuriating. I just couldn't put up with it anymore. Here's my other original cylinder. Although there have been a few times in my games with Matt and Alison Welch where we ended up using our GOAT decks anyway. There is a plan to use GOAT decks in something we've got planned on Sunday. I need to drop my Solemn Judgments. I mean, I love being able... Yes, these are original prints of Solemn. Even though they're a flex, it's a love-hate card of mine. I mean, I like using it myself, but it's so annoying when it's used against me. In fact, there have been too many times now where it ruined a comeback play, regardless of what format we were playing. There was one normal current format game where a Chaos Max was on the field and I was on 4,000 and I drew into Chocolate Magician Girl and summoned it. I figured I'd be safe behind it, but then the summon of it was negated by Solemn Judgment. And I was like, are you serious? And then I had to scoop. Similar situation came up in a GOAT format game. I was on low life points. I drew into Graceful Charity, played it, and its activation was negated by Solemn. So I was like, oh, for God's sake. So I scooped. So for that reason, I actually banned it from Magician format, and of course we decided to make a gentleman's agreement to just not use it in a deck. Although I must confess though, when we played that Edison game where I used my Spellcaster and Rainbow Neos decks at the same time against Flemville Sworn, I kind of forgot about it and used Solemn Judgment. Oops. So what I'm going to have to do is do a deck edit and just remove the Solemns from all the decks that I have, just to make sure I fulfill my end of the agreement. Anyway, here's the Fusion deck. Lots of cool iconic fusions here. Some of these being original prints. I mean, look at that. Legacy of Darkness Ryu Senshi, Legacy of Darkness Fiend Skull Dragon, Pharaonic Guardian Reaper of the Nightmare, that Dark Bolters from Dark Beginnings 2. No, there's no original prints of anything here, unfortunately. The LOB row right here. And here's my GOAT format warrior deck. I don't know, maybe I should take these decks out and just be semi-retired from GOAT format, considering I tend to keep bringing them out for pass format and cross-banlist games with Matt and Alison Welch. Oh yeah, there's more Solemns here. And there's the sheep tokens that my brother made. The rest of it is just deck cores. I think I've already shown, done a video with remaining deck cores. But yeah, here's what's left of my generic spellcaster deck. That's what's left of my Red Eyes Black Dragon deck. As you can see, we've got my original copies of Troop Dragon and the first copy of Red Eyes Black Dragon I ever got. I'm actually considering putting this in my Joey character deck, I'm not sure. And of course, here's what's left of my Utopia deck. You know, ultimate rares of Astral Force and Numeron Force. I mean, look at that. I mean, I love these in ultimate rare. There's another pot of dichotomy. Oh, and here's what's left of my Cyberse deck. I do have two other super rare copies of Balancer Lord, but the Cyberse core that I'm building back up is in another binder. Yeah, Launcher Commander was one of my favourites. These ones were given to me as gifts. Express Gaming gave me Link Disciple, and Will gave me Suppression Collider. And my playset of super rares were actually gifted by Marley. So because of that, I just didn't want to part with them. And finally, after almost 40 minutes, here's what's left of my fish deck. And one of these super ancient deep sea key Coelacanths were gifted by Connor from Dead Uni, but I don't remember which one it is, so I kept those. And there we have it, guys. That is my entire Blue Forbidden folder. Hope you guys enjoyed. Looking at many classic cards, looking at a piece of my Yu-Gi-Oh! History, and stay safe, and I'll see you later. Bye. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Dark Magician YouTube channel.